This is Margaret Ann Windsor, Queen Victoria II. I was kidnapped in 41, brought to the United States to Moulton, Alabama, dropped off in a pigsty, given the name of a twin, Peggy Dempsey Childers. I married a Childers. And Carl and Peggy were both dead. They were born out of wedlock to Lina Dempsey, and she killed them, and the family covered it up. And then, so she wouldn't, for murder, be gassed in the for the murder of the kids in Alabama, her kids. I was put there. I guess I was brought in Cortland Air Base. My own Uncle George VI, illegal, the New World Order, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, the Jewish community that's been responsible way back for murders. They have orchestrated Tsar Nicholas' family's murder and takedown. And then Anastasia, and it was Anastasia here at Blue Ridge Mental Health that they killed. Well, the people around here helped kill her. That's the whole point. What I want to say this morning is that I've told everybody about the mind control murders, and they know who did it. I've told about me being kidnapped. My father is King Edward VIII, who married my mom, Claudia O'Keefe, from Grand Prairie, Wisconsin. My George O'Keefe lived out later. She's the artist that lived in near Santa Fe, Ghost Ranch. I didn't find out about my kidnapping until August of 83, when Larry McDonald, the congressman doctor from Atlanta, his plane went down, or the plane he was on, the passenger. And it's the same kind of takedown. You can have the pilot or whoever program the plane to veer off into another space, which the KAL did with him aboard. It was en route from Juneau to Seoul, South Korea. Everybody aboard went down and drowned. The point is that I'd written a book about him and mind control and some other doctors there. I've got a letter from the FBI, June 23rd of 79. April Fool's Day 80, I was still full of antifreeze and should have died. You should see. Everybody should have to watch just what was done to me. And, I mean, it was like hell, and nobody would touch to help me. I was illegally carried across the state line by Lina Dempsey. My ex-husband had gotten my apartment. The FBI run Laurelwood Apartments. So the whole thing is a fiasco, and part of the FBI that managed it, the niece, I believe it was the niece, she made the comment before the stuff was put in me, April Fool's Day, that her uncle was FBI in charge of Patty Hearst. Well, Patty Hearst was kidnapped, so you're getting into kidnapping, like Sinatra's son, I think Bill was kidnapped. They kidnapped me, let me remind you. Thank God the British give a damn about me and the Germans, because you Americans sure didn't. You're a bunch of sick, no good, rotten people. I want to emphasize that, and I hope that there's a God that makes some kind of justice out of all this. It makes you, he'd have to grab you out of the grave, because this has been going on a long, long time. Now then, I want to get to the last years, and I put this on video. I am allergic to chemicals, and it's an immune disorder. It makes my immune system attack itself. I have been locked up by the cops for simply, they help the feds, go ahead and say it. Who do you think's orchestrating all this mess that's going on? I don't know, they may have saved my life, but you people, American citizens, didn't believe me. Maybe a handful of you. You thought it was a joke, and you still do. Anyway, my immune system attacks itself. I have been force-fed. If I managed to get a job or get money to get a room or an efficiency apartment, you got maintenance who would come in. If you drag these people into court, they're not going to all lie, but I can't get an attorney. they're going to spill the beans, but the fact that you bring them all in a row in a pattern proves itself. So my body has been poisoned. It's toxin, force-fed fumes and chemicals industrial that would kill a horse. So I've been here in where I'm at now. It's a motel, since the 13th of January, but I'm going to have to leave. Simply because it it has caused so much inflammation and damage to my liver and knees and legs and veins. I wanted to say that my vascular system. I have been made to have a place to live in Section 8. I couldn't afford anything else, but they carried out the same thing. It makes you sound like, if people don't want to listen to me, that you're paranoid. These people couldn't be doing all this to you. Well, yeah, you can when it's a kidnapping, and the Kennedys and my uncle and the New World Order, the Freemasons, kidnapped me, took down my father, King Edward VIII, with total lies. And what they've done to me and my sons, Mark and Scott, here is so hideous. But I wanted to say I've got to, because I got up this morning, I'm going to have to leave. What they do is they come in, the law enforcement helps the feds. They come in and get something on the maintenance, or sometimes you don't even have to, or the management. And by the way, when I worked at the Tampa Hilton, and Jennifer Martinez, who they put on the milk carton, her father was mayor, and he later became the drug czar under Bush. And Bush was CIA, so you go on a roll there. But the child was kidnapped while I was down there. I worked at the Tampa Hilton. And the Tampa Hilton was run by John Bristol and Maisie, and you should see who worked there. Tillman, what was her name? Can't remember her name, but she had worked for, go forget his name now. He was the police commissioner in Atlanta. And so much a part of, those were mind control murders there. The Wayne Williams and the List, the book they wrote. Chet Dellinger was the FBI, and he was accused of the murders. Elise Tillman. But she had been there during the time that, I can't think of his name, the police commissioner who knew about all this. They ended up going to Houston as police commissioner a couple of times, mayor. But he was drug czar for Bill Clinton. And none of this has been told. And if you don't know what it is, it's murder by mind control. You can do anything, cause them to have cancer, heal an illness, it's the belief in it, or you can program them to go out and kill, just like James Holmes, and he's being force-fed psychotic drugs. He's not mentally ill. He had mind control done on him, programming. He's an innocent victim just like the others in it that are accused of murder. Like the next door to me in Virginia Tech, the 33 that were killed, mass murders there. But anyway, they have just taken me out. I've had to live and suck in chemicals to where I can't walk. My body is so deteriorated. And I wanted to go into this. Back over at Joseph's Dream Apartments, it's owned by a black minister out of Washington, North Carolina. And he owns a whole bunch of these. They're elderly retirement, Section 8. So you got the feds involved in it. And they do what they're told, believe me. The FBI or law enforcement will go in and get something on them, and then I'm the one getting beat up, so they think because law enforcement tells them to beat the hell out of me, assault me, everything in the book, that they're never going to have to pay for it. And as it stands right now, looks like they won't unless God steps in somewhere in time. But I wanted to just quote a woman that lived next door to me, which was kind of weird, there over in Bedford, next to the war memorial, she told me, and she asked me to go outside for her to tell me. And she was afraid to, but she did tell me, with some other stuff that I knew about her. Beverly was her name. She said, you know what they're making you breathe in here? And these are new we knew